Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT7 and welcome to the episode. In this episode, I'm going to be using the Nissan Fairlady C300CX at Tokyo Express 600. Now this is going to be a step-by-step build on this particular run, so if you want to stay behind you can, or if you want to go ahead and fast forward you can do that as well. But I would really recommend you guys stay and just watch the steps, because if you do somehow mess up and don't have it correct, it's going to lead to some issues. But I do promise it's going to be a very simple and easy build. It's going to be pretty quick too. So I would recommend you just stay behind here. I'll go through the main steps like how to find the car, the tune, and all the parts you'll need from the car. And hopefully this particular car will help you get your first win at Tokyo Express 600. And if for some reason it does not, I would recommend saving it and using it for Le Mans 700. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first step, of course, is going to be on how to get this car. Now, this car is one of the special picks for this small time. So it should be the very first car you see in the used car dealership. As you can see, there it is right there. And as you can see by the price, it is going to be pretty affordable, right at 70,000 credits. So it's going to be a bit cheaper than most of your modern day brand central cars. So that's going to be quite a big step. Now, if you're curious on what the stats are for this car, there it is right there. Now, for this particular car, since the PP points is pretty low for this car, we are going to pretty much transform this car into a real threat in the race itself. So I would recommend, if you do this build, I recommend just have at least maybe 200,000 credits. Should cover everything for this particular build. So after you get this car, next step we're going to do is going to be adding the Y body for a small fee of 10,000 credits. And one thing I did forget to mention, this is going to be a stock engine build. So this is going to be the only step you'll need to do in-car customization is going to add the Y body. After you do that step, the next step is going to be, of course, the livery. I'll be using this livery, as you see right there. If you want to go ahead and search the hashtags, you can. Or if you want to do a different alternative to search this livery, you can check out my newsfeed. Now, if you're curious on how to do that, here are some instructions that you can follow that can help you with that problem. If you guys like to follow me in the game, here are the instructions right here. Just go to Showcase, search my name up, click on a car with a livery, which is a custom style, which I do sometimes build. Click on my profile picture, click on the user page, and then finally click on the blue follow button. And just by doing that, you'll be able to follow me in the game. That way you have to go to my newsfeed for any liveries. That will help you out. Now, by doing this, you can just simply go to my newsfeed and I will have the livery right there. Also, this could be pretty helpful just in case if there's a particular user you like their styles or like the decals, you can just simply follow them in the game and use their newsfeed to download styles or download their liveries. Now, let's say, for instance, you don't want the livery, but you want the parts. I'll go ahead and showcase the parts right now. Here is the rims that you can have for this particular build. Just make sure you just copy the rims and the sides, the width. For the parts, the front bumper is going to be, of course, Type B. After you get that installed, the side skirts is going to be also Type B as well. The rear bumper is going to be Type B, which is pretty important to make sure you have that on the car. The Type A for the rear wing, make sure you have that on the car as well. And to finish it all up, we're going to have roll cage Type C, and that's going to be all the parts from car customization. Now let's move over to the tune itself. Now, as you can see, for the first page, we are going to be using Sport Hard tires with a fully customized differential. Now, the main thing that's very important is to make sure that, for one, you do copy the downforce on the car. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Another important thing, too, is to make sure you purchase the ballast and adjust it to what I have on the tune. And, of course, the transmission is going to be fully customized manual transmission. Now, if you're curious what the numbers are like on the transmission, there it is right there. I didn't really do anything special to the gearing itself. Just in case, if you're curious what it is, if you want to make your own personal adjustments to it, then by all means, you can do that. Now, for the other part of this tune list, here is the back of it right here. And pretty much you're going to get a good bit of parts from the tune shop. As you can see, we got the high RPM turbocharger, the anti-lag system set to weak, the racing intercooler, weight reduction stages 1, 2, and 3, stroke up, bore up, polish parts, weight protection stage 1, 2, and 3, and that's going to be it for the tune. So there actually is a good bit of parts into this car, but if you carefully follow the directions, especially for the downforce transmission, and of course the ballast, you should be in good shape. Now, after we get everything settled, ready to go for the car, we're going to see how I can do for this race. The thing about this car is, for starters, the acceleration is not really that good. It's kind of iffy in some parts, but the main thing about this car that's really good is going to be the top speed. The top speed, you should easily hit the low 200s. So when it comes to the main speed in this race, you shouldn't even have to worry about that. You're going to be the fastest on the straight line without a shadow of a doubt, which is good. Which is also could be pretty helpful, especially if you do decide to do Le Mans. That's going to really help you a lot against the group force in that race. Handling wise, the car actually felt pretty decently good. It felt pretty grippy, thanks to the downforce of the car, plus having that rear, the little rear bumper, having the diffusers, which also helps with the downforce too. The car felt very comfortable. Plus, when we adjusted the ballast too, it's I think it was 49-51, so it's got 49% of the weight toward the front, 51 toward the back. So there's going to be a little bit of oversteer, but it's not going to be not really that much of a difference to really tell that. So in this particular race too, I want to add, as I was able to do this with a controller. Now, either if you're a controller or a wheel driver, it may depend on how it handles on your end. This might be very good on your end, or you might have to do some adjustments according to your own driving style. But for this car, felt really good. The pace was really good too. As you can see, we're not quite yet toward the front, but we're trying our best to make our way closer. The problem is these 4 cars in front of us, they're just racing so close to each other, and that's allowing them to pretty much go a bit faster than if they were just by themselves. Now, we actually do gain a good bit of time right here at the entry of this very tricky hairpin. Now, the one thing is, as you guys might have noticed, we have stock brakes. So for the first turn, and especially for the hairpin, you have to make sure and brake at the right time, because if you brake too late, of course, at the hairpin, you go over that white line, it's going to pretty much ruin your chances of getting any clean response. That's pretty crucial, and to make sure that you brake at the right time. First lap, not too shabby, P6 with a decently good time. Now, we are going to pick up some spots here. Like I did mention before, the top speed is very good in this car. We're actually going to most likely be in P2 right before we get to the very first braking point. Fast forward now to a bit later in the race, lap 3. We were able to manage to break away from that pack and find ourselves pretty much catching the leader pretty quickly. And you can see through this corner, smooth grip, felt really good, got a good run, using all that momentum and easily taking the lead away from the Honda and basically just running away from it. Now we're going to go ahead and fast forward to a bit later in the race. It's going to be lap 5. It's going to be our official hot lap in the race. As you can see by the prior lap times, we've actually been hitting a pretty much low 208s, which is pretty good against the AI, even if they're set to hard mode. This actually is a good, basically, lap time to actually beat them. So I recommend you just watch this hot lap, and I'll be right back for our pit stop. Or as we fast forward to the end of lap number 7, it's going to be our lap to make our official pit stop. Now for this particular pit stop here, as you can see, the tires are still in pretty good shape overall. So I don't really have to worry about making any changes to the tires. All I'll be doing here is going to refuel the fuel, and that's going to be pretty much it. Now the unfortunate part was once we actually did leave the pit road, we actually did lose the lead to the Riamiya, but luckily since the end of lap 8 was around the corner, we actually took the lead before it made its pit stop. But we're going to fill up just enough to get by till we hit the diamond icon on the fuel, and that's going to be pretty much be it. We're going to do a couple more time trial laps, and that's going to be our run at Tokyo Expressway 600 using the classic Mazda Fairlady C300CX, and it was actually a pretty decently good car. Considering it to be a couple decades older than most of the cars in this grid, it actually felt pretty comfortable. Did ourselves a 26:18 overall. Now I do know there's of course some cars that can beat that total time, but overall felt pretty comfortable, pretty good. So if you want to give this a shot, then I would recommend having that as a consideration. Now for our next particular build, we're going to be using a classic. It's going to be the Subaru Impreza Rally Group B rally car. It actually is officially back in the licensed car dealership. It's actually new. I went ahead and picked it up right before starting this episode. So this is going to be the main theme for the next episode. We're going to, of course, run this car at Tokyo Expressway 600. It actually is a decently good pick, but I want to try to see if we can actually make some improvements from my previous builds with this car at that track. So hopefully today's episode will help you out if you're looking for your first win at Tokyo Expressway 600. And like I did mention earlier, if it does not work out, then I would really recommend saving the car from Le Mans, just seeing how great it was on the top speed. Until then, hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you again for watching today's episode. Hopefully this particular tune has helped you out in Gran Turismo 7. If there is a particular build you'd like for me to try out, or a different race, car class, whatever it is, you're more than welcome to put any suggestions down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to do them. So if you guys enjoyed today's episode, why not go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. It would be very much appreciated. Also, leave a like and share it. If you know somebody personally that is struggling to get a win at Tokyo Expressway 600, then you're more than welcome to share this episode, and hopefully it will help them out. Until then, I'll see you guys later, and have a great rest of the day or night for it might be, and be safe.